Before I invest my time in taking a look at this thing, I'm going to go and see if it actually works first. Now I know I said I wasn't going to review any more of these Makita knockoff style tools, but when I saw this cute little one I just had to give it a go, and it's 12 volt instead of 18 volt, so that tweaked my interest. And Makita don't make a 12 volt planer, and who knows if they ever will, so let's have a little play with this one, eh? So it is 60 millimeters wide. You get a 60 millimeter wide cut. You get 82 millimeters on the 18 volt versions, you know, most planers 82 millimeters. So it's not that much smaller. It has 2 blades, so that's good. They're the thin, shitty little blades. Can you get them in 60 mil, or are you going to have to cut these down? Presumably you can buy them in 60 mil somewhere, I guess. You can see some balancing marks on the side here, where they've tried to get this all spinning nice, so that's good. They've put the effort in there. It's got the little foot. It's not spring-loaded, so that's a bit of a bummer, but there is a little foot there to stop you grinding up your workbench when you put this thing down. It has a max cut of 0.8 of a millimeter, and it goes up in 0.1 millimeter increments, and it is a positive stop on each one, and it stops at 0.8, sorry. And when you go back to the beginning, you have P. I don't know what P is. P might be for putting it down, I don't know. To run it, push the button on the side, and away you go. You've got to keep your finger on it, or do you? It has a very, shall we say, dangerous feature on the front here, which if you push in the power on button and then push this down, it will lock your tool on. Doesn't have a super quick brake on it, but it slows down pretty quick. But that means you can mount it, put it somewhere, and it'll keep running, and then you can run things along. If you wanted to mount it in a bench somewhere, it's probably not really powerful enough to bother doing that though. No cordless planer that I have ever seen from any other company has a lock-on switch. And the design is very strange to have the button there that you use to power it, and then this big, massive lock-on switch on the front. It's kind of weird. When you push the power button again, it unlocks. A little bit dangerous. Does mean you can hold the tool in different places if you want. You don't have to keep your finger on the button if you're doing a lot of planing. That can come in handy, but just remember, it's pretty fucking dangerous. It has 3 grooves in the base for putting a chamfer on your timber. The 2 on the outside seem to be the same size. They're quite large, and the one in the middle is a little bit smaller. It's pretty good. Happy with that. Now I can't remember what it cost because I got it a while ago, but I just had a look on the old interwebs and it looks to be around the 100 US mark, around 135, 140 New Zealand. Delivery is only a few dollars. I'm sure it wasn't that expensive when I got it, but I can't remember. But there's a lot of sales coming up with Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all that sort of stuff leading up to Christmas. So it'll probably be dirt cheap at some point, so keep an eye out on it. The links will be down in the description if you're interested in one. So if you push it too hard in its maximum depth of cut, the 0.8mm, you will get it do this from time to time. You need to go fairly slow with it. All planers jam up like this every now and again. And when you come to put your finger in there to fish it all out, and I say when you do it, because I know you will. I'm not going to say don't do it, because I know you're going to do it. Just be aware This does not have anything in there to protect you from the blade. All the ones from reputable companies have things inside them so that when you jam your finger in there, you can't actually physically get near the blade. They're all designed with plastic and stuff in there to stop you from sticking your finger in the blade, because they know people will do it. This does not. So take that thing off before you stick your finger in there, because if you accidentally push the button on the side, you will be taking your finger off. And then get in there and give it a clean out. When the shavings are jammed in here, the blades are spinning, they're hitting all the shavings that are already cut, and it just makes it all jam up faster, and the blades can't spin properly, and the shavings start spewing out where the blades are, and it just makes it very, very rough. So whenever that starts happening, make sure you stop immediately, clean it out, pull the trigger, let it blow all the shit out from in here, because it's all going to be jammed up in here. And yeah, then away you go again. All planers do that if you push them too hard, and depending on what sort of timber you're cutting, different timbers will stay different sizes and stuff. This is pretty big shavings for such a small little tool. This was doing 0.8 of a millimeter, remember, supposedly. And yeah, quite big shavings. It's no wonder it jammed up. It's also very rough around the edge here. If you took a file to that, it's smoothed off. There's sort of a lip on this outside piece of plastic. If you smooth that off, it might fire out a bit better. They wouldn't catch on the edge there so much. It does come with a dust extractor attachment, so that's interesting. Pops in there, you put a screw in there, which it did come with as well, I noticed. And then you can stick your hose on there and suck up your shavings. Stall test. I've quite enjoyed using this over the past couple of weeks. It's a nice little planer in a way. This will be the wife's tool because she uses the Makita 12 volt platform. That's what all her tools are, and she thinks this is very cute and cool. It's a little bit strange to hold because you don't have a handle, so it's quite different to an 18 volt planer, and this isn't quite the most comfortable grip. Your sort of fingers can't get around it deep enough to really make it secure. There's not a lot of grippage here, so when you pick it up, it's almost like, you know, it's a bit close to dropping it. You really got to hold on tight because it's fairly heavy, but it's a very cool little tool. It does clog up quite a bit, which I'm going to try and just sort out right now, because like I said earlier, that lip in there is quite significant. So that's nice and smooth on the inside there now, so hopefully that'll help. Can't do much about that, but I could do a little bit at the top there. Hopefully that will improve things, and the dust extractor attachment will still fit in there fine because it attaches with that screw like I said. So there we go, got rid of some unnecessary bloody plastic there. Yeah, that's nice and smooth there now, so that's got to work better surely. So apart from that little modification, it's a pretty cool little tool, and longevity wise, who knows how long it'll last. Battery length wise, on a 2 amp hour battery, it actually does pretty well. I don't know how many meters or anything I've done, but surprisingly well. You're probably not going to be thrashing this thing and doing a heap of work with it in one go with a tiny little planer like this. So I'm happy with the battery life for this sort of tool. So yeah, thanks for watching. Take a look down below if you're interested. In the description you can find more information about the thing. Like most of the things from Banggood, it doesn't come with an instruction manual. I should really pull it apart, but that'll probably be another video. I've got another couple of Banggood ones coming up of tools that are a bit odd, shall we say. But until then, subscribe, like, and stay cool till after school. See you.